Hello, seeker of health and vitality. A warm welcome to this space of knowledge and transformation. You are not here by chance. If you are searching for a fuller life, with energy that accompanies you from dawn till dusk, and a sharp, focused mind, then natural teas are your greatest allies. Today, we will delve into the deep roots of South America to uncover the secrets of a beverage that is pure power, Yerba Mate. It is capable of transforming your energy, your ability to concentrate, and even your disposition to face the challenges of daily life. Have you ever considered how a simple habit, inherited from the ancestral wisdom of the Guarani people, could revolutionize your routine and perhaps even replace that daily cup of coffee? Unlike the euphoric peak followed by a sharp crash that coffee often provides, Yerba Mate, thanks to its unique combination of caffeine, theobromine, and other compounds, offers a more stable and lasting energy. It awakens the mind, improves concentration and alertness without the jitters and anxiety, allowing for a state of calm focus. But what can this steady energy from Yerba Mate teach us about life? We live in a world that idolizes the explosion, the immediate result, the hack that solves everything now. We seek the coffee's energy spike to pull an all-nighter, the quick fix for a complex problem, the instant gratification. But just like coffee, this relentless pursuit of peaks leads us to exhaustion, to the crash, to burnout. Yerba Mate invites us to a different philosophy, that of flow, of constancy. It teaches us that true productivity and lasting well-being do not come from bursts of intensity, but from a sustainable rhythm. Think about it. In your professional life, in your relationships, or on your health journey, aren't you always seeking the coffee spike instead of the mate flow? The ritual of preparing chimarrão or tereré is a lesson in itself. It is not a hurried act. It demands presence, a moment of pause. It's about transforming a corner of your home into a sanctuary of calm and focus. The lesson of Mate is clear. Trade urgency for consistency. Trade the peak for presence. Build habits that nourish you continuously, not ones that drain you in search of a fleeting moment. This is the true source of energy for a long and full life. To understand the power of Mate, we need to travel back in time. Our story doesn't begin on a commercial plantation, but in the pulsating heart of the subtropical forests of the Paraná River Basin, spanning southern Brazil, Paraguay, northeastern Argentina, and Uruguay. It was here, under the shade of majestic araucaria trees, that the Ilex paraguariensis tree flourished, holding a secret of vitality in its leaves. And the first to uncover this secret were the native peoples, especially the Guarani. For the Guarani, Yerba Mate was not just a plant. It was a sacred gift, a direct connection to the divine. The most beautiful legend of its origin tells the story of Yari, the moon goddess, and Arai, the cloud goddess. One day, they decided to descend to Earth disguised as young indigenous women to walk through the forest. During their stroll, they were surprised by a jaguar about to attack. When all hope seemed lost, an old and tired Guarani man, who lived in isolation with his beautiful daughter, shot a true arrow and saved the goddesses. As a sign of gratitude for his bravery and the hospitality he and his daughter offered, Yari and Arai gave the old man a magical gift. The following night, they planted special seeds around his hut. From these seeds sprouted a new and lush tree with deep green leaves. The goddesses instructed the old man to harvest the leaves, dry them by the fire, and prepare an infusion in a gourd with water. They said this drink would restore his strength, keep him company in his solitude, and become a symbol of friendship and hospitality for all his people. The old man became the guardian of the Kaya Mate, and his daughter, for her beauty and purity, was transformed into the goddess Kaya Yari, the protector of the mate groves. This drink was chimarrão, the drink of the gods, which united the tribe and warded off fatigue. For the Guarani, consuming mate was a social and spiritual act. The leaves were chewed during hunts to provide energy and curb hunger, or prepared as an infusion in a small gourd, parango, using a bamboo straw. They shared the drink in conversation circles, where traditions were passed down through generations. Yerba Mate was also a currency of trade and an essential element in their shamanic rituals, considered a plant that promoted the health of the body and the clarity of the spirit. When the Spanish colonizers and Jesuit missionaries arrived in the 16th century, they encountered this indigenous custom and, initially, viewed it with suspicion. Some went so far as to ban the consumption of mate, calling it the devil's herb, believing its stimulating effects were witchcraft, and that the ritual of sharing the filtered straw, bomba, was unhygienic and promoted laziness. However, popular wisdom and the force of habit prevailed. The colonizers themselves, including soldiers and laborers, began to adopt mate when they realized it gave them incredible endurance for heavy work in the fields and mines. They felt more energetic, focused, and less tired. The prohibition became unsustainable. It was the Jesuits, with their pragmatic vision, who changed the game. Realizing the economic potential and cultural importance of yerba mate, they reversed the ban and became the first major cultivators and exporters. In the famous Jesuit reductions, missions, they refined the techniques of cultivation, drying, and processing, turning yerba mate into one of the main sources of wealth in the region, nicknamed the green gold of the Jesuits. They were the first to successfully germinate the seeds on a large scale, a secret the indigenous people kept and that nature performed through birds that ate the fruits. This organized production by the Jesuits spread the consumption of mate throughout the viceroyalty of Peru, reaching distant places like Chile, Bolivia, and even Europe, although with less intensity. The history of yerba mate is fascinating, but what does modern science say about this ancestral heritage? Why does this drink have the power to give us energy, focus, and health? The answer lies in its extraordinarily rich chemical composition, a true natural pharmacy contained in every leaf. The main reason we seek out mate is, without a doubt, its stimulating effect. And the protagonist here is caffeine. Yes, yerba mate contains caffeine, but its action is different from what we find in coffee. In our brain, caffeine works by blocking adenosine receptors. Adenosine is a substance our body produces throughout the day, and when it binds to these receptors, it causes feelings of tiredness and drowsiness. By blocking this action, caffeine keeps us alert and awake. But mate has two companions that coffee lacks in significant amounts: theobromine and theophylline. Theobromine, also found in cocoa, is a milder stimulant than caffeine. It has a vasodilating effect, meaning it helps relax blood vessels, which can improve blood and oxygen flow throughout the body without drastically increasing blood pressure in healthy people. Theophylline, in turn, relaxes the muscles of the bronchi, making breathing easier. It is this combination, this synergistic trio, that explains the calm focus of mate. While caffeine stimulates the central nervous system, theobromine balances the cardiovascular system, and theophylline supports the respiratory system. The result is a cleaner, sustained energy, without the tachycardia, anxiety, and crash that many people feel with pure coffee. It is an intelligent stimulus that awakens the mind without harming the body. If energy is what attracts us, protection is what keeps us loyal to mate. Yerba mate is one of nature's most potent sources of antioxidant compounds. It is extremely rich in polyphenols, especially chlorogenic acid, which is also present in coffee, but often in smaller amounts. But what do antioxidants do? Every day, our body produces free radicals as a result of normal metabolism, pollution, stress, and poor diet. These are unstable molecules that rust our cells, causing premature aging and opening the door to various chronic diseases, such as heart problems, diabetes, and even cancer. The antioxidants in mate act like a defense army. They neutralize free radicals, protecting our cellular DNA and reducing systemic inflammation. Consuming yerba mate regularly is like giving your cells a daily protective shield, source of essential nutrients and beneficial saponins. On top of all that, yerba mate is a natural multivitamin. It contains an impressive variety of nutrients vital to our body, including B-complex vitamins, B1, B2, B3, B5, essential for energy metabolism, helping our body convert the food we eat into usable energy. Vitamins C and E, powerful antioxidants that strengthen the immune system. Minerals, such as potassium and magnesium, important for muscle and nerve function, and manganese, crucial for bone health and combating free radicals. Another fascinating component is saponins. These are compounds that give chimarrón its characteristic foam and have remarkable anti-inflammatory and cholesterol-lowering properties. Studies suggest that saponins can help reduce the absorption of LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, in the intestine, contributing to heart health. Practical applications in daily life for the student or professional. Need to focus for an exam or an important project? Swap the artificial energy drink for a Terere or brewed mate. The clean energy and increased concentration will make all the difference. For the athlete, consumed before a workout, mate can improve physical performance. It increases fat burning as an energy source, sparing carbohydrate stores for moments of higher intensity, and can help reduce muscle fatigue. For weight management, Yerba Mate can be an ally in a healthy weight loss program. Its thermogenic effect slightly speeds up the metabolism, and it also promotes a feeling of satiety, helping to control appetite between meals. For digestion, drinking warm mate, not too hot, after meals can aid the digestive process by stimulating the production of bile and gastric juices. Drinking Yerba Mate is more than just ingesting nutrients. It is an act of self-care. It's choosing a source of energy that comes from the earth, not from a lab. It's connecting with a centuries-old tradition that celebrates community and health. When you prepare your gourd, kuaya, you are creating a ritual, a moment of pause and presence in a busy day. You are telling your body and mind, I care about you. I choose to nourish you with what is natural and true. This proactive mindset is the first step towards a complete transformation in your health and well-being. Now that we know the history and science behind mate, it's time to bring this magic into our cup, or rather, our gourd. The preparation method directly influences the taste, intensity, and even the benefits of the drink. The ritual of chimarrón, the gaucho tradition. Chimarrón is the most emblematic and ritualistic way to consume yerba mate. It is a hot, strong drink that requires a specific technique to be prepared. You will need cuya, the traditional vessel made from a gourd; bomba, the metal straw with a filter at its tip; yerba mate for chimarrón. It has a fine grind and a vibrant green color; hot water, and here is the biggest secret: the water should never boil. The ideal temperature is between 150 degrees F and 170 degrees, 65 degrees to 75 degrees. Boiling water burns the herb, making the mate extremely bitter and destroying some of its beneficial compounds. Step by step for a perfect chimarrón. Fill the cuya. Add yerba mate until it fills about 2/3 of the gourd. Arrange the herb. Cover the mouth of the gourd with your hand and tilt it, shaking gently. The idea is to make the herb concentrate on one side, creating an empty space on the other. This is essential for filtration. Add lukewarm water. In the empty space, pour a little lukewarm water, not the hot water yet. This helps the herb to swell and firm up the wall you've created. Let it absorb for a minute. Insert the bomba. Cover the mouthpiece of the bomba with your thumb and insert it firmly at the bottom of the cuya, in the part where you poured the water. Only after it is secure, uncover the mouthpiece. Once positioned, the bomba should not be moved. Serve the hot water. Now you can start pouring the hot water, remember, not boiling, into the empty space, always in the same spot. The first mate is for the preparer, as it's usually the most bitter. After the first one, the gourd is ready to be shared in the circle. The refreshment of Terere, the soul of Paraguay and Central West Brazil. Terere is the chilled version, perfect for hot days. It is a social, refreshing drink that allows for many variations. You will need glass or guampa, often made from a bull's horn, wood, or stainless steel. Bomba, similar to the one for chimarrón. Yerba mate for terere. The grind is coarser, with larger pieces of leaves and stems to avoid clogging the bomba with cold water. Ice cold water can be served from a pitcher or thermos. How to prepare. Terere. The preparation is simpler. Put the herb in the glass, a little more than half full. Arrange it to one side like with chimarrón, and pour in the ice-cold water. It's that simple. The charm of terere lies in the combinations. Smart and creative combinations, citrus and refreshing terere. Add slices of lemon, orange, mint leaves, or lemongrass to the ice water. It's delicious and enhances the digestive and calming effects. Detox. Terere. Try adding a little grated ginger and pineapple chunks to the water. It's a powerhouse of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds. Functional brewed. Mate. For the tea bag or infusion version, brew the tea and, after it cools a bit, blend it with fruits, like strawberries and bananas, a bit of honey, and even a spoonful of oats. It becomes an incredible energy smoothie for breakfast. Myths and truths about Yerba Mate. Yerba Mate causes miraculous weight loss. Myth. Mate is an aid in the weight loss process because it speeds up metabolism and promotes satiety, but it performs no miracles. It must be combined with a balanced diet and exercise. Drinking Mate at night disrupts sleep. Truth. Because it contains caffeine, consuming Yerba Mate, especially within 6 to 8 hours of bedtime, can interfere with your sleep quality. It's best to consume it in the morning and afternoon. Chimarrón is much stronger than coffee. It depends. The caffeine concentration can vary greatly depending on the brand of the herb, the amount used, and the infusion time. Generally, a cup of brewed mate has less caffeine than a cup of drip coffee. However, chimarrón, being a continuous infusion, can lead to a higher total caffeine intake throughout the day. Vacuum sealing yerba mate is just marketing. Myth. Yerba mate oxidizes when exposed to air, losing its color, flavor, and properties. Vacuum packaging is the best way to preserve the freshness and quality of the herb until it reaches your home. Once opened, store it tightly sealed, preferably in the refrigerator. Consumption tips. Ideal quantity. For most people, consuming up to 1 liter, about 34 oz, of mate, chimarrón, or tereré per day is considered safe. Hydration. Remember that although it is a liquid, Mate has a diuretic effect. Do not replace your plain water intake with Mate. Always drink plenty of water throughout the day. Exploring the ways to prepare Mate is a delightful journey. Find your favorite and incorporate this health ritual into your routine. Our journey through the world of Yerba Mate has shown us its immense power and benefits. But my most important responsibility is to talk about conscious and safe use. Nature offers us incredible tools, but they must be used with knowledge and respect. Knowledge is what turns a remedy into a poison, and vice versa. Who should be cautious or avoid consumption? Despite being natural, yerba mate is not for everyone. Its most potent active ingredient, caffeine, requires attention. The following individuals should avoid it or consume it only under strict professional guidance. Pregnant and breastfeeding women. Caffeine crosses the placenta and passes into breast milk. Excessive consumption is associated with risks to fetal development and can cause irritability and insomnia in the baby. Children. The nervous system of a child is very sensitive to stimulants. Caffeine consumption is not recommended. People with hypertension or heart disease. Caffeine can cause a temporary increase in blood pressure and heart rate. For those with a pre-existing condition, such as arrhythmia or uncontrolled high blood pressure, this stimulus can be dangerous. Individuals with anxiety disorders or insomnia. If you already struggle with anxiety, panic, or insomnia, a stimulant like Mate can significantly worsen your symptoms, acting as a trigger. People with serious gastrointestinal problems. For those suffering from gastritis, ulcers, or irritable bowel syndrome, caffeine can increase stomach acid production, worsening pain and irritation. The temperature issue. A crucial warning. This is a controversial point that needs to be clarified seriously. You may have heard about an association between chimarrón consumption and the risk of esophageal cancer. Let's look at the facts. The International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, part of the World Health Organization, has classified the consumption of very hot beverages above 150 degrees C or 65 degrees C as probably carcinogenic to humans. The key point here is not the yerba mate itself, but the temperature of the water. Chronic consumption of any scalding hot liquid can cause repeated thermal injury to the cells of the esophagus, which over many years can increase the risk of developing cancerous cells. This applies to chimarrón, coffee, tea, or any other beverage consumed scalding hot. Yerba mate itself has not been classified as carcinogenic. On the contrary, its antioxidants have protective potential. What is the practical recommendation? Simple. Wait for the water to cool down a bit. Use a kitchen thermometer at first to get used to it. The ideal temperature, as we've said, is around 160 degrees, 70 degrees, which is hot enough to extract the flavor, but is at the edge of the safety zone. Don't rush. Your health is worth more than a minute of waiting. Medication interactions. Be aware. Yerba mate can interact with certain medications, altering their effects. If you take any medication regularly, consulting your doctor is essential. Some examples of interactions include stimulant medications, e.g. for ADHD. The combination can potentiate the effects, leading to nervousness, insomnia, and tachycardia. Anticoagulants, e.g. warfarin. Yerba Mate contains vitamin K, which can interfere with the effectiveness of these drugs. Antidepressants, MAO inhibitors. The combination can lead to a dangerous increase in blood pressure. Diabetes medications. Mate may have a slight effect on blood sugar levels, requiring monitoring. Side effects of excess. Even for healthy people, excess can be harmful. Consuming too much mate can lead to insomnia and restlessness, headaches, heartburn and gastric discomfort, palpitations, and nervousness. Listen to your body. It is your best guide. If you experience any of these symptoms, reduce the amount or discontinue use. The quality of the herb and the importance of a professional. Finally, 2 golden tips. First, always choose a high-quality yerba mate. Look for certified brands, check the expiration date and the color of the herb. A vibrant green indicates freshness. Store it properly to preserve its properties. And the most valuable tip of all, this video is for informational purposes, not a medical prescription. Before starting regular use of any tea or herb for medicinal purposes, especially if you have a health condition or take medication, consult your doctor or a registered dietitian. Knowledge is empowering, and professional guidance ensures your safety. Self-care is a journey of love, and the first step is taking responsibility for your own life. Our journey today has taken us from Guarani legends to the laboratories of science, from the ritual of chimarrão to the essential care for our health. We have seen that yerba mate is much more than a drink. It is culture, it is history, it is sustainable energy, and above all, a powerful tool for well-being when used wisely. The knowledge you have gained today gives you the power of choice, the choice to seek cleaner energy, to nourish your body with antioxidants, and to practice self-care through rituals that soothe the soul. Now I ask you, what health-related habit will you change today with the power that comes from nature? It doesn't have to be something huge. Maybe it's just waiting for the water for your chimarrón to cool down a bit, or swapping a cup of coffee for a mate in the afternoon. The important thing is to start. If this journey resonated with you, if you learned something new and felt inspired, please show your support. Like this video, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new discoveries, and hit the notification bell. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Nature is our greatest ally. I look forward to seeing you here again for more discoveries about the health that comes from the earth. Gratitude.